Good morning, guys, and welcome to week 2 of NaNoWriMo April. Today is April 6th. It is a Sunday, and yeah, it's day 6 of our pretend NaNoWriMo in April, where I'm trying to finish my second novel, Project Engaged. So, just some numbers for where we're at. Last week, we had 5 good days of writing. And so we got to 6,019 words, which is incredible. Like, I'm just like blown away by that. We're currently on page 51 of my notebook that I'm writing in, and on average I'm hoping to write about 1,100 words every single day. So some days, most days I've gone over. Yesterday was a little bit bumpier. We just transitioned out of the scene where we had like a dual timeline first date and first date recreation, which I really enjoyed and I spent a lot of time on, and I'm really happy with how it came out. It is really long. It's like the whole beginning of this notebook, but that's okay. That's for future we need to worry about. We just transitioned out of that into a busy wedding planning weekend, and yeah, so we're just barely diving into more wedding planning, but that's really something that I want to show in this novel, is the wedding planning and the tediousness of it and how stressful it can be, but also how like creative it can be. And yeah, so I'm excited for where we're going. I'm a little nervous, but it's gonna be okay. I'm super excited. In this video, we're probably gonna get to 10,000 words, which is crazy that I will have written 10,000 words in like 2 weeks, but that'll be good. This is our first full week. Last week started on a Tuesday, so it was only 5 days long, but this week we have a full 7 days, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I'm just trying to find like creative ways to like refill myself after I'm done with my writing for the day, so that way the next day I have like creativity to pull from. So I've been listening to music and listening to writing podcasts and reading, and I did some scrapbooking last night. I enjoy coloring, so we're probably going to do some of that, but just really like tapping into my other creative hobbies to refill myself, so that way when it comes to my writing I can put out the best that I can. So yeah, that is pretty much where we're at. So I'm gonna sit down and do some writing sprints. I've been using, there is this girl on YouTube, she's a pretty popular author in the YouTube space. Let's see, her name is Abby Emmons. She has this, it's gonna play if I, she has this like immersive writing sessions. I've been really enjoying this one, which is writing in a cozy old library during an autumn thunderstorm. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure that the music that plays she actually wrote, which is kind of cool. It's just like piano music that's like interesting enough that it's inspiring, but not like super interesting that it distracts me, because that I feel like is one of my biggest things. So it is 4 writing sprints for 25 minutes and then 5 minutes off. So I think I'm just gonna start with that this morning. I've been using that the last couple of days and it's been doing like, it's been pretty good for me. So I think I'm just gonna start with that and see where it takes us. Sometimes I need a little bit more than 5 minutes off, but the 25 minutes on has been good. So I'm going to just kind of lock in and start my writing for today.
It's a cow farm, there's gonna be cows on it.
You're so weird.
So I had to hit it like 5 times.
Fun.
Is the picture clean? There.
It's lavender. Hello guys! I just finished my writing and I wrote 1,365 words or something like that. Ignore the boxes behind me. We have definitely started the moving process, which is exciting. And I'll be posting videos about that later. But yeah, it was actually really good. We did a lot of, it was mainly just dialogue. I did a small scene with like the tension between my main character and her mom, and the wedding planning, and then a lot of what I wrote was dialogue of just wedding planning. And I told Dylan, I was like, is this boring? Because it is just dialogue and going back and forth and talking about ideas and vetoing ideas. And I was like, I really want to show the reality of wedding planning. And I was like, and that's what it was like when we were wedding planning. Like, we were having these conversations and going back and forth on things and sharing opinions and offering ideas and either agreeing or disagreeing and then having to offer more ideas. And I was like, is this boring? And he was like, well, are they, like, have you invested enough in the characters that, like, you care about this? And I was like, yes, that's, like, really what I've been trying to do up to this point. And that's why I waited to have, like, this longer in-depth back and forth dialogue until we really saw the characters. And I feel like you really know them because we are getting closer to halfway for the story. So it is like a very character driven story is what I'm starting to realize. And I've been reading, it's over there, but I've been reading Stephen King's book on writing, and he's just been talking a lot about character development and like really like getting into their heads and like being the character when you're writing their parts. And so I feel like I've been really trying to do that and like really focus on like developing my characters. And I was bouncing ideas off of some of my writing friends. Well, my sister-in-law, she does writing, and then her friend. We're just talking about like character and personality and adding depth to them. And we definitely have like a golden retriever guy that we have, and then she's not quite a black cat, but she's a little bit more type A, a little bit more strict. And yeah, I don't know, it's just interesting where we're at. So I am intrigued to see where the next section goes. I know like this section that I'm writing tomorrow, which is exciting, but then after that I don't really know. Oh well, yes I do. I know like the next couple sections, there's a little bit of tension that's gonna happen in the afternoon of this day, and then in the next, probably either tomorrow or the next day, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow or the day after that, I'm probably gonna be writing a trying on dresses scene, which I'm actually really excited about. I'm not the best at like describing clothes, so I'm a little bit, I know that that section is just gonna need a lot of editing and like reworking and like re-describing, and I don't really know the kind of dress that she's gonna lean towards. Something probably a little bit more mature feeling, not quite ball gown-ish is what I'm leaning towards based off of our character. Based off of Kelsey's like style and stuff. She's a little bit more casual, but still, yeah, I'm intrigued to see how it's gonna go. So I know when the time comes, I just need to like write the words and then focus on editing and getting like the correct wording for everything later on and describing all of that later on. So that'll be an editing Cabrini problem. And I'm probably gonna look into like writing and like how to describe clothing. I feel like there has to be someone on YouTube that's put out a video about that. But yeah, I'm actually really happy with where we're at today. So we have passed 7,000 words. I don't know the exact number, but we are above 7,000 words, which is exciting. Yeah, it doesn't feel as much as pulling teeth today. I feel a little bit more rejuvenated And I think that the problem yesterday was just that I ended a scene in the middle of my writing, and I really didn't want to start the next scene because I knew I wasn't gonna get super far into it. So I think that's kind of where I hit a roadblock yesterday. So that is the tricky part of if I am halfway and I end a scene, but I still have 500 more words to write, then I need to start the next scene, but my brain is like, you just finished the scene, so why would you continue? But it's okay. I have been reading still. I've been picking up more of the Stephen King on Writing book. I'm about halfway through that. And I've been really enjoying that. He has little sections on like specific writing techniques that he talks about that I think is really, really helping. So I've been reading that and enjoying that. And then my fiction book is The Nightingale, which I feel like is not fitting for what I'm writing. So I have another book, a romance book, that I think I'm going to pick up next after The Nightingale, just to like get my brain more into that headspace. But yeah, that's kind of an update of where we're at, and I'm very happy with where we're going. So I'll see you tomorrow for day 7 of NaNoWriMo. Day 8 of NaNoWriMo April. I am not gonna lie, we are 1 week in. It's Tuesday, and I started on last Tuesday, and I feel creatively pretty drained. Working on that like number calendar or like number counter earlier helped a lot. And then I watched a writing YouTube video, and them talking about their writing made me a little bit excited, but also I just feel like I've done so much, and like I really don't want to write today. And I feel like every day is getting a little bit harder to write, which is unfortunate. I'm a little bit excited because we are working on our wedding dress scene today. She's going wedding dress shopping with her mom and her friend and her sister. And I'm excited about that, but I just really do not feel like writing today. I haven't had coffee yet today, so that also might be kind of why I'm dragging. It just doesn't sound good this morning. I really just want hot chocolate and to cozy up and watch YouTube all day, but that's not ideal. So I think I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna start and we're gonna go until I hit a wall, and then I honestly might pause at some point during my writing, maybe halfway, depending on how it's going, because I do want to be enjoying it to some extent, and not forcing it. But I think once I get into the scene, I'm really hoping that once I get into the scene, it's just gonna kind of take off and we're just gonna kind of go, because wedding dressing shopping is exciting and I need to remember that. It is 10:30, so we're having a later start today. It was just a slower morning. I knew that if I woke up and wrote this morning that it wasn't going to be as good, so that's why I did my number tracker. But it's nice to know that if as soon as I'm done writing, I literally have nothing else the rest of the day. The only thing is that I need to do dishes at some point, but other than that, I can kind of do whatever I want. Anyways, I think I'm gonna start with the writing sprints from that one YouTube video I was telling you guys about, the immersive writing sprints. I might get kind of distracted, but it's gonna be okay, you know? It is what it is. We're doing what we can. I'm all bundled up in my little fuzzy blanket. We have the vibes. I'm cozy. It's gonna be okay. Okay, I wrote 2.5 pages in 25 minutes, which is, I would say, my average, which I feel like is a pretty good average. And I took a break because I felt like I needed it, and I've been rewatching old Sincerely V videos of her doing NaNoWriMo. So I just finished the last video of her 2023, I think, NaNoWriMo. And I feel like it really motivated me. Just seeing other people being creative. She ends up winning NaNoWriMo that year, which is great for her. I'm hoping to do the same. But yeah, I'm happy for her and how she did it, and watching her motivated me. So I think I was scrolling. I was gonna start her next playlist of NaNoWriMo, her 2022 one, I think. But I was scrolling through and I found that she has a real-time writing session, ASMR video. And that really intrigues me. So I didn't realize that she had one of these, but it's no music, just ASMR typing. And yeah, it says we'll do 3 25-minute writing sprints with 5-minute breaks in between. So I'm actually really excited to watch this. So I want to write with her, and I'm going to turn this on and do my writing. The writing sprints are helping. I think halfway. I have 4.5 pages left, so.
Don't write the full words, then I'm just gonna return it.
Wait, say that one more time.
You need to count your words, and then you need to actually write to 10,000 today.
So if I get to 10,000 words today, then you'll pick up Fearless for me from the store on your way home?
And no complaining.
And
until the next goal. Or else I as a
14,
little extra reward.
72.
You're 35 words over.
I know. Oh my gosh, you hit 10,000 words. That's so exciting.
In 8 days.
Dang. Okay guys, it is day 9. Day 9, I was gonna say 11. Getting ahead of myself. It's day 9 of NaNoWriMo. As you saw yesterday, we hit 10,000 words, which is super exciting. I did go to the grocery store and I went to Target and got my reward for hitting 10,000 words, which is fearless. So I haven't started it yet because I was in the middle of a different book, and I'm technically in the middle of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley also, and Dylan really thinks I should finish that before I start this one, but I kind of don't want to, but I guess we'll see what happens. So I don't know what I'm feeling. I feel nervous. I feel, yeah, more nervous. The further I get into this story, the more I'm like, wow, I really don't know where we're going. Like, I'm at about the point where I had planned out roughly, and yeah, okay, anyways. And it's kind of scary not knowing what's coming next. So I have a couple of ideas. There are a couple things that I do know need to happen soon-ish, and just like obviously wedding planning things that need to happen. So I think that's also part of it, is like there are a couple decisions like for the wedding that I still need to make, which is I'm just letting like her overwhelmed feeling about the wedding become my overwhelmed feeling about the wedding, because I don't know what I'm doing. So anyways, I'm gonna stop rambling and complaining that I don't know what I'm doing. It's gonna be good. We're gonna write, and yeah. So let's get started. Welcome to day 9 of NaNoWriMo. I am taking a little bit of a different approach today because it is probably a little bit after 3 o'clock and I haven't even started writing it today. I had a YouTube video that needed to go up that I needed to finish editing, which was week 1 of NaNoWriMo April. So if you haven't checked out that vlog, you really should, because it's actually really fun. And you can see how much I wrote in my first week, which is crazy. So I had to do that. Took longer than I was anticipating, but oh well. I just got ready, dressed and ready. I showered today, and I feel like my hair is like kind of extra curly. But we're gonna go down to the clubhouse and we're gonna write down there, and hopefully it goes really well because Dylan's gonna be home soon and I need to be done before he gets home. So let's go write. It is day 10 of NaNoWriMo April. Yesterday I just learned that NaNoWriMo is like kind of a controversial subject. At least like the platform of it. So that's awkward that I did not know that, and I've been calling this NaNoWriMo. But I guess it's day 10 of trying to finish a book in 1 month. I feel like you're really tall. Hold on. There we go. So I It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm meeting my sister-in-law for coffee at 10:30. I'm gonna try and write as much as humanly possible right now before I have to leave. And then I will probably have to finish writing there. But I'm really hoping that I don't have a ton left to do. I kind of know what we're doing. We're looking at wedding venues right now, which is fun. But yeah. So we are on page 96 of my notebook, which is exciting. Literally, guys, I've written all of this. And that's literally insane. So I like cannot believe it. I also have not counted my words the last 2 days, but you know, it's okay. Okay. Just got the location. It's a 20-minute drive, so I'm gonna have an hour. Cool beans. Okay. Let's do some writing. Hello friends! It is day 12 of writing my novel in a month. And yeah, I counted up. Today's gone a little bit crazy. I have already written today, some of it. I've done like half of my words, kind of. I wrote about 4 pages this morning, and this morning we got a flat tire, and so that threw kind of a wrench into our day, but I have about half an hour right now to get some writing done before I need to go pick up the car. But yesterday I did write 1,350 words, so on average, I would say my average is probably 1,300 words. Some days I go under, some days I go over, but overall 1,300 words. They've been going to venues in the last couple of days. That's what I've been working on, that is them being in venues. I really need to bring about the larger point of conflict though, because I'm I don't know, I feel like the biggest conflict hasn't happened yet. I mean, obviously the wedding planning is the main focus, but there is a side conflict that I need to take place that has not yet. And yes, so I don't really know exactly how I'm gonna go about doing that either, and the rest of the story wise, what it's gonna look like. But I kind of need a minor conflict to happen first that will then result in the main conflict being a main conflict. So that's really confusing, but this main conflict is kind of not explicitly spelled out. You can kind of see it coming, but it's also not supposed to, it's not going to be in the synopsis. It's not going to be, yeah, it's not. Anyways, I mean, the main conflict is the wedding planning, but there's another thing that's going to happen that is a side moment that is also gonna apply to it. Anyways, so where I'm at, I kind of need to make a smaller conflict happen so that way it's not weird when the bigger conflict happens. That was super roundabout explaining, but I also feel I need to flush it out. I haven't really had a moment or an outline that I'm going with. I have one kind of in my head, but I'm honestly kind of just letting the story lead me, and it's literally it literally feels like I'm walking in a thick layer of fog that I can't see, and I'm just sticking my hands out, and I'm where are we going? Which is, I think, causing a little bit of tension, but I don't know how else to do this section that I'm in right now, because I don't know exactly what I need to be doing. I do, and so I'm doing the bigger picture, but the moment to moment is a little bit trickier. So anyways, I was telling Dylan the other day, I was do you ever spend so much time with someone and then they start to annoy you? And he was are you trying to imply something? And I was not between us. It's just, I feel I've been spending so much time with Kelsey and Max, and thinking in their brain, and I don't know, it's just it feels I've been spending too much time with them. But It's okay. It is what it is. So, yes. Anyways, now that I've rambled for, I don't even know. I don't think it says on my camera, like, the amount of time that a clip has been going on for. Like, I can deduce the numbers, but other than that, I don't know. Anyways, long story short is, I need to write. I don't really know what I'm writing, but I'm going to sit here for 30 minutes and do some writing. I'm going to make some hot chocolate. That's kind of been like my afternoon pick-me-up. Probably isn't the best pick-me-up. Like, tea would probably be better because there's less sugar in it. But I've been really enjoying my hot chocolate. So I'm gonna make that and sit here and write. And if I don't finish it before I pick up the car, then I'm gonna finish it afterwards. But yes, let's do some writing.